we cannot get the license. Licensing is not done. Whatever the product we are going to produce is not of much use. So this part we are working on it, and for which we have developed a thing. I will try to circulate my policy document across the people. There are many rich, experienced people here. I want input from those people, all of you, so that we'll incorporate those points and then redraft the policy guidelines, and then we can submit to the government, because government is ready to do something for us. And then finally, it's lacking. We have to develop everything has to become an institution. Some type of national level or state level or rural level, the institution should be there. A common facility, a common area where people can meet and share and share the experiences and exchange views, so that all the experiences can be equally taken to the next level. Thank you very much. I'm not able to explain all the points because of want of time. Probably in the panel discussion, you can throw some questions, we'll answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Can we please now have Mr. Tang Kumar for the presentation?
Hello, good evening, and I thank Sangamam team, Madam Sakina, and he was calling me and giving an opportunity to tell our whatever the natural dyeing, and we are working for 15 years. He is given an opportunity, and Madam Victoria Vijay Kumar Madam also, and I remember where I learned my natural dyeing, because I was started without any knowledge. Before 15 years. Now I have already taught 2,500 workshops I have conducted, and there are so many business houses because of my consultancy. They are having a lot of contribution in natural dyeing, and they are also making a lot of turnovers around it. So now then I thank my teachers who have learned natural dyeing, Mr. Bharadan, who is from Gandhigram. I think Gandhigram is where I learned for 4.5 years. Then Madam Jagada Rajappa, who teach me indigo, and Madam Sharda Devi, who has 5 days contribution here that in Hyderabad. It was very useful for me. Then I learned from my own things. So my team, all who do natural dyeing, because many of them, they know me, but now only I'm coming out to speak about myself. So I have united more than 30 dyers all over. They are here. I'm not able to name them, but there are so many people who are here who already know me, and we have integrated all these natural dyer because we need empower. We have to be in one umbrella, and we have to talk to the government, because till now we are not registered as a legal dyeing method in the country. So whoever who is doing natural dyeing, there have been a lot of terms. Somebody, they may have some ETP, some RO, but it is not legally recognized by the government as a dyeing procedure, that everybody know. I don't want to repeat it. So we are working on that. As Kumaran was telling, he was also my associate. Then Hema, so many teams are working with me, and we are drafting policies. Yashar Elisha, who is making some natural dye mark. So things are going in a forward mode. So this is my thing, and I am representing Ayur Vastra. There is a concept I've already known, and there is a video which we can play for now, so you can understand our concept. So our concept is based on so this is our concept. We are from our head office in Kerala, Trivandrum. Many are familiar with our brand. Basically, we are from an weaving cluster. It's called Balaramapuram. They do the manual, which is called Kanchi Pavu. From the rice, they do it. Even now, we are making the Kerala Mundu. There are about 150 weavers still. They are weaving for us. Very famous Kerala Mundu and sarees we are making in handloom. So you know, everybody know about turmeric. And this is we are also conducting training programs, and so in one of the training clips only is this. So our main objective is to make the cloth to provide some wellness aspect. So this is our manual dyer. We are using winch for making knit fabrics, and woven. We are having winch 120-inch winch also we have. So it is sustainability to make some other products, so we can make some, we can be in the market. If you are doing some particular product, we will be, have not marketing advantage, so you have to be everywhere. So this is indigo pot, which I learned from Jagada madam. We are applying it. We have about 12 pots we have. And my friend Jesus is also here. He told some points, how to identify the real indigo. So it's a small presentation. Thank you. And go for the slide. So I will complete that slide because maybe I don't know whether the time permits. I will take a short time only. So here, see, this is a very 12 years of our hard work, which we did from zero, ground zero. I learned natural dyeing, and I was a dyer initially, and we sold. We had our marketing plan. We had all the backfire. We learned a lot. We had experienced so much for 15 years. So that 15 years I'm now sharing with everybody. Even now also I'm sharing. See, now whoever is doing natural dyeing, I am not seeing they are making much profit, because there are so many points which I don't want to discuss, but you can make profit out of it if you wisely plan. And now I'm doing that consultancy part because 15 years of my experience in producing, dyeing, and also making handloom, 1 loom to 12 loom. I have my 12 weavers who are weaving yoga mats. So my mats are very, it's our team mats, I cannot say my. Our team mats, yoga mats are very popular in the US. You can see there are many people, they are selling yoga mats, which is weaved in the village. Okay, so first we, you can, this is I told no, this is my family. Maybe most of them are here. So we are integrating many speakers, they have already spoken also. So this is, now I formed one group to talk to the government and to have a common agenda. Our group is there already. We are sharing so many information. If anybody wants to join, we can also join with me. I think you can either Victoria madam or Jagada madam or Kumaran sir, everybody know about it, okay. So this is in Tirupur. Now we are promoting our handloom products. That my partner is there, that is alongside blue. He is my investor. So I suggest all the natural dyers, you cannot be a dyer, you cannot be a investor, you cannot be a marketing person. Try to make it as a team. Somebody may be a weaver, somebody may be a dyer, and you can choose some investor. So, and some creative people also, some designer. So you talk to everybody and do product, you will be successful. If you put everything in our head, then it is an issue. That is what my recommendation. So many people do that. They want to be all in all, so they fail, and they are not able to make, and they do something business and they vanish also. But we are there for 15 years because sometime my dyer also, my handloom weaver also will be a dyer. Suppose if the dyer is absent, I train my weaver to dye. So for the weaver, he wants 1,000 rupees per day. So he is happy to do. So this kind of using the resource in the right way, we can also be profitable. So this we have launched in Tirupur, because Tirupur is very famous, you know. And this is Dandabani, one weaver. He is my first weaver and his wife. We had 1 loom and we started weaving it. Then we got lot of orders, 4,000 mats we got. Then we improved in a different way. So I will show the product. So you know about handloom. Why we are selecting handloom? No, still handloom is a potential industry all over India. People are there. If you give the right wages, you can utilize and you can tap them, and all over the India. even still in north or south, everybody is there. If you dye and give, they will give as a product. So if you work on that, next to agriculture, this is the main thing. And if Sangamam, this is a very nice thing. These events are there, we can promote it. And all the weaver can be taken, they can weave from the home, they can give a product, it can be exported. It is very useful also. And economy of the whole world, India will also improve. So this is our main objective. And this is our small team which was taken from 5-6 years before. We have more weavers now. It's a loom background, our own unit only. Then experience 1963, we have weavers, because I told Balrampur is it's a very traditionally, so much of centuries we have. It is not we and you are not doing, it is from centuries, they are eminent. Using them is it's a gift of God only. We have to use wisely, they have a lot of skill. And this is our area. From the kings, they have been there. Then this is the pit loom in Balaramapuram. Okay, our experience in, I already told about it. It's a government project. Government initiated this Ayurveda project for the weaver. Then after that, we took it and we are now continuing it. Okay, this is, I used to tell, no, what is the Ayurvedic dyeing. Some words about, I will tell about it. See, cloth can be a media for the wellness activity, just not giving color. See, many people, they will ask, even you will be experiencing it, if we say natural dyeing, immediately the next question will be, what is the fastness? Then initially we say we compromise. Now I told, see, we are not for fastness. We are not for fastness, we are for eco-friendly, and we don't want to spoil the earth. And second, the people who are using it, they should have a different feeling on that. So what we are doing, we are making Ayurveda. People think that Ayurveda, because Ayurveda is a science, where there is one word I can tell in Tamil also, Adai Moodi Sikichai. That means cloth wrapping treatment, which is already there in India, because I conduct in the workshops also. The conscious people only will understand about natural dyeing. So if you are here, means you all are conscious people. And if you are doing natural dyeing, means you have something, maybe some liking on the nature, something is there. So we are gifted. That is why. If I'm giving a product of mine to an unconscious person who does not care for the earth, he will treat as just a marketing gimmick or something like that. So consciousness, how come they have to realize it? That's all. So we have we conduct workshop, we make awareness about that. For example, I will say we are made with 5 elements, we have 5 yandra, one is the skin. All these we do in the workshops. Okay. Because of lack of time, I am just shifting it. If you want something, you can see the soap net and the ash NCS, caustic soda, has been introduced by our team only. Now everybody is using, I'm happy for that. So this is for desizing and scouring, all this happens. We don't make call as a dye extract, we call as a kashayam only. In that only we put the yarn, and this is our things, and we dye with the, so constrained dye port. This whole E-road cluster we have transferred. Now 5,000 mats are exported to all over the country. People are now started using naturally dyed things. And this is a yoga mat which has been done in Europe, USA and Australia. People are very much using it. It can be used for multiple purposes. If you want, you can see it in the bazaar also. Okay. So this is our master weaver, and that is the NHDC we are working now. We are also empowering the society nearby us. That is in Delhi. Weavers are involved in our project. Thank you. Thank you very much. And if you want contact, you please, you can attend the workshops also. If you are a student, you can please, we are giving mail also. Thank you. Thank you very much for Sangamam. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. As we set up the stage for the panel discussion, we have a few members that we need to thank for their help, generous support in making yesterday and today's event happen. So the lanyards that you see along with the tags, that is sponsored by Abstract Creative Studio Chennai. And they had engaged the gypsy community to make these. So this was specially designed and made for the event. Similarly, the tags that you see in the welcome kit, those are hand painted by the students of College of Arts. And you would have seen them volunteering yesterday at the front desk and today as well. So they are Shri Rekha, Joy Blessy, Shri Ranjita, Amisha, and Ashwini. And then we also have NIFT students who had supported us. They are Disha and Shruti and Muskan. We have Aaron Melito from the Film Institute who helped us with collating a lot of content for the event. We also had Miss Bettina, who was there at the front desk yesterday, supporting and guiding the volunteers. And we would like to thank Mr. Praveen Nair, Mr. Melito, Mr. Ulaganathan and Mr. Raghavan for helping us set up the exhibition. And we would like to thank the designer for the books, Ms. Rhoda Alex and Giri Raj. Now we will have the panel discussion. Thank you.
For this discussion, we will have the chairperson, Mr. Ramesh Menon. The speakers will be Ms. Sonali Raman, Dr. Kumaran, Mr. Baswati Fukon, and Tangakumar.
Good afternoon. I'm sure we are cutting short on time for this session, so I'll start off straight away. Our subject is talking about empowerment at the weaver level and at the natural dyeing stages. Empowerment to me is kind of a word which sitting in the place that where we are. To talk about it, I started Save the Loom as an organization, which is basically an advisory on to work with the government, to work with the craft societies and weavers and find new ways and resources to take it to the next level. When I started this whole project, it was in response to a flood which took away the livelihoods of about 1,000 weavers in Kerala in 2018. For the first time, we tried out a new model of crowdsourcing the funds to revive the looms because the government responses and the other responses that we saw were time-consuming. There was very little that was coming back. And the biggest concern was losing these 300, 400 artisans who remained back in the craft if it takes more longer time to bring them back. So as part of that, in about 100 days, we could revive close to about 500 looms and bring back a lot of spinners back to the craft in a matter of 2 or 3 months. Since then, Save the Loom has grown to doing a lot of activities, not just in Kerala, but also in Bengal and Bihar, where we are working with artisans to find newer ways and mechanisms to take forward the craft. In talks of empowerment, I wonder how much are we empowered to go back to a weaver and say, I'm going to empower you, because they have the skill sets, they have the knowledge base. Very little of that is documented or it's being taken forward. We continue with the conventional practice of what they're weaving and find resources and market for that. Much of what weavers produce is also sold within the vicinity of where it is made. There are only few centers which creates products, or there are private enterprises or NGOs which do products which goes for an export market or goes into the mainstream as such. Conventionally, if I just take the example of Kerala, 80% of the sales comes from conventional selling of sari, setamunda, torth, what we call the gamja or the tal. And these selling of 80% comes also during only 2 times a year, this just during festivals in Onam and Vishu. Other times the weavers are left with very little work, or they're preparing for the coming season to sell their products. So there is very little space for innovation, because most of these products, again, are consumed only for that purposes that requires them to either to wear for a religious function, to a temple, or to weddings, or only for those 3 or 4 occasions in a year. So why would somebody want to consume handloom, which again they call expensive, when there are enough power loom options available to them. So there are only very little consumption that happens, and any product or any space which the young don't consume and the young don't practice, we see very little future with that kind of activity. And traditional crafts is fighting that space to make it more relevant. So when we talk of empowerment, I mean, we have a diverse panel with us here, people who are working with the natural dyeing. And we have designers with us, Sonali, who's been working in India and outside India with artisans and seeing where it can be taken. I also have a very interesting person here whom I would like her to speak for herself. Baswati has been a career person who's been in HR and in a corporate career, who quit all this and went back to Assam to start a young brand which is 3 years old. And I would like her to share her experience before we move further. Baswati.
Thank you. So let me tell you when my journey began. I am a biochemistry student. I came back, I quit my corporate job, came back to my hometown, Guwahati. I came from a family of educators. So I wanted to join my mom in the same line. But while doing it, I came across a video which really sparked my interest. It was about dyeing. So I saw these two young females who was using algae to bring out new dyes in Berlin. This video I saw in YouTube. And this sparked my interest. I think the biochemistry student in me woke up, and I'm like, I want to do this. I want to learn dyeing. And it was during the Corona days, the COVID days, I got this opportunity of doing online workshop. And during these days, when everything was locked, I went through and I have done a lot of workshops online to learn. Then I realized learning about dye is not enough. I need to know the fibers, the fabrics, which will be used in what kind of dyes. And then I started my process in looking for weavers who can help me to achieve this. I have gone to the government institute to learn weaving myself, but nothing came out of it. Then I went back and I hunted, I would say hunt, for cluster heads who had clusters under them. And luckily I got a fellow who took me to another interesting person who was a weaver, and this person came from a mechanical background. So we spoke the same language. He was the 4th generation weaver, his family, but he was a mechanical student. And I told him the ideas that I had, how I wanted to amalgamate fibers, yarns, and see what came out of it, and use different dyes. So he agreed, and thus my process started. So this is my journey in handloom. And this is when I asked myself, how do you engage young minds who are not from fashion or design schools? I'm not from fashion and design schools. What sparked my interest? So this is what we need right now, the need of the hours. Some interesting topics to be floated on the social media to catch or to capture the interest of the young minds.
Thank you. I think I'll start with talking to you, Sonali.
Okay.
We were talking about the experience that you had in Kanchipuram in developing the textiles and then with the dyes as well.
Yes.
How much of it you call empowering? Because once you do your project and move out,
Yeah.
what happens with the skill set that you empowered the artisan with? How does he take it forward? Or
Okay.
how does anybody handhold him to continue it further?
Right. That's a very interesting question, Ramesh. So I started with one collection, right, one project. But then now the weaver has an alternative product. It's not only the saris that he's making. Now he knows he can weave the running material without the border, without the pallu, and there will be people, designers like myself or other creatives, who might be willing to turn it into products that is more relevant for the market today or for the younger generation. So I would say that's, giving him a more relevant product to work with, to create, and therefore being able to continue his craft and his work. So it's opening up a door of possibilities. It is also a platform where more creative people can collaborate with the weaver and keep it going.
Do you think designers have the ability to transform the craft sector by the design intervention? I heard someone else says there was no requirement for design interventions, right? So at what level do you bring this whole topic or conversations of empowerment?
Okay.
Does empowerment happen by giving dignity? Does it happen by paying higher wages? Does it happen by paying better working systems for them? Where does this whole empowerment conversation happen when we talk about artisans or natural dyers? Natural dyeing, I still believe there are a lot of passionate people working in it, and most of them experience or do these practices on their own. So the hand-holding is much more continuous process, unlike a designer who moves from craft to craft.
Right.
Right?
So, as a designer myself, as a creative, I do believe that to keep our crafts relevant, and I keep saying this because we need to be relevant to the audience of today, and the audience of today is primarily young. So how can we make them interested in these products is through design interventions. Design intervention is not minusing the craft. It's not pulling down the process. That's not what it means. It means enhancing it, making something new, giving it a new take, like what I did with the Zardozi on my jewelry. Giving it another form, giving it another aspect. So I don't think that you can say design interventions are not necessary, because how else do you keep that craft relevant today? You can do design interventions with following colors that are working for today's audience. Maybe tweaking the patterns, the traditional motifs and patterns, but keeping the historical traditions and cultures